right, the Joker, the Rocket Raccoon. Don't call him a raccoon, just Rocket. But we're back, and it's Comics Should Smell Good, Volume 2.
Something about, guns. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't remember any of this guy's lines from the movie. Whatever.
Oh, man, just God, talk about smell, man. You know what this smells like? Fanboys and Cheetos.
Alright, now that we've gotten to our obligatory Halloween little,
Whoa,
skit there,
Halloween.
we have the irregular prerequisite comic books for you.
Halloweeny comics, kind of.
No, not really.
No,
honestly, the Halloween stuff came through last week.
That's true, yeah. Whatever.
But we do have lots of violence.
Violence?
With Deathlok, number 1. You may have noticed Deathlok starring in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show on ABC or whatever network television channel that's on. This is a new number 1 by Nathan Edmondson and Mike Perkins. Nathan Edmondson of the recent Punisher series and also The Activity, so he's got some experience writing the sort of tactical espionage killing machine type stories, which they do a really interesting spin on the classic Deathlok, where this guy, he's a single father, and he doesn't really know that he's Deathlok. There's some sort of, like, that one episode of X-Files where the guy kept getting triggered to murder people.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty much that episode, but with robots.
Right on, that sounds good. I'll watch it. A little bit creepy, we have this week from Image Comics, Rasputin, number 1, by the team of Riley Rossmo and Alex Link. They brought you many, many titles, such as Rebel Blood and Drumheller and Proof. Riley Rossmo always working on something, always. And this is about Rasputin, one of the greatest villains, you know, history's villains, absolutely. You can do anything to him and he will not die. You will even send a bear against him. And you know what? That bear just doesn't really stand a chance.
But I don't know what this trend is with bear fights in comics.
Yeah,
lately,
we saw
but
that
I'm
spread
really
recently.
into it.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, new from Riley Rossmo, definitely recommended.
And over on the DC side of things, we have actually a Wonder Woman double shot here. We have Wonder Woman issue 35 and Sensation Comics number 3. With Wonder Woman here, this is the final issue of Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chang's run on the book. Started with the New 52 number 1. Been pretty much flawless since then, and this ties off the story with Zola and her child by way of Zeus, and paves the way for Dave Finch and Meredith Finch to come in and take over at issue 36.
Yeah.
And in Sensation Comics, we have both a story that got a bit of hype over on the internet by Marguerite Sauvage and Sean E. Williams, as well as a story by Amy Meberson, and possibly the most important thing to happen in DC all year. Gilbert Hernandez has the beginning of a 2-part story featuring Wonder Woman, Supergirl, and Kanjar Rowe, because, you know, it's been about 20 years since he actually showed up in a comic.
Dude, Wonder Woman is just, like, huge. These arms are literally...
She could crush my head in her biceps.
It's true. Or maybe her armpit. Also from DC this week, we have kind of a, well, in keeping with Harley Quinn, a kind of goofy, sniff and smell, scratch and smell.
Rub and sniff.
Rub and sniff, if you will. Harley Quinn, a comic book that comes with its very own reading instructions that should be used only for medicinal purposes, strictly. And, yeah, there's other, you know, if you experience short-term memory loss while you read it, you just read it again. And DC Comics is not responsible for any junk food that might be eaten while under the influence of Harley Quinn. So we got the Bombshells cover and the regular cover. Get them both, rub them all, smell them, you know.
And they're all polybagged like it's 1994.
That's right.
From Image this week, speaking of things that smell amazing, like barbecue, we have the newest issue of Southern Bastards. This is number 5, starting the Gridiron story arc, focusing on that terrifying scumbag Coach Boss.
That's such a great name.
Oh my God.
Coach Boss, like, come on.
And he is honestly one of the creepiest villains in comics lately. Like, kind of sends chills down my spine.
Yeah, he's kind of scary.
Really explores what sort of events can take a man and just twist him and turn him into such an intimidating, terrifying wall of hatred.
That sounds pretty
And
good.
crime. And barbecue.
And
Mostly
barbecue. Mostly barbecue. From DMC, Daryl Makes Comics, comes DMC #1. Yes, really, like Run DMC. This is a smorgasbord of awesome, badass artists, both in the comics industry and the animation industry, who've been all corralled together to create the legend of this superhero, DMC. 1985, New York, b-boys, breakbeats, graffiti, drugs and crime. I mean, you know, what more do you want from a comic book? I don't know. But it's got Chris Burnham in there, it's got Lazy Mills in here, it's got
Philippe Smith,
Felipe
writer
Smith.
of Old Ghost Rider,
Yeah,
Jeff Stokely of
tons of
Six Gun
stuff.
Gorilla.
There's a bunch of cool homage covers in the back as well. Yeah, it's really cool. It's very badass. The first one.
And from Marvel, since we're all still reeling from the death of Wolverine,
I'm still crying.
one of many tribute issues here. This is Death of Wolverine, Deadpool, and Captain America #1. You may be saying, well, I see Deadpool, but who's this old guy? Haven't you heard? Captain America's a crotchety old man now.
Right?
More so than he already was.
Was.
But this is really great, written by regular Deadpool writer Jerry Dugan, and drawn by classic Marvel and DC artist Scott Collins. I thought I can say he's classic now, because he's been working for like 25 years here.
Really? Jesus.
I don't know. I've always loved the guy,
Yeah, Scott
and
Collins has been
he's
good.
in the top of his game right here. Got special appearances by Black Widow, AIM, even Jack the Ripper. A really fun issue right there.
Right on. And my pick of the week, the amazing and harrowing Stray Bullets. It's the first trade, finally back in print thanks to Image Comics. David Lapham and Maria Lapham created El Capitan, a self-publishing venture almost, 20 years ago. And they did 10 years on their own, producing this amazing, amazing black and white crime comic. And after years and years of leaving his fans on a cliffhanger, David Lapham finally came back this past year with the new Stray Bullets, The Killers. And this is reprinting the very, very first arc called The Innocence of Nihilism. And it's just all about these poor, unfortunate people whose lives are completely changed by just the shooting of a single bullet. The echo kind of ripples through these people's lives and slowly twists and turns them and brings them to places where they have to make decisions that could very well make you like a coach boss. You know, I mean, it's really dark. But it goes from the 90s back to the 70s. This kind of introduces some of the seminal characters, including Virginia Applejack, who has been in the recent Stray Bullets Killer series. You must buy this! You must buy it. Morgan must read this.
I'm gonna get around to it, man. I'm kind of broke.
Yeah, whatever. Broke. Don't you have a job? Didn't you get a real job? He got a real job. Somebody hired
Doesn't
me.
mean I'm not broke.
Yeah, whatever. Is that it this week?
I think
that
it
might
is.
be it. We're gonna leave you with one more scary shot of me with the mask on.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not putting that thing back on.
This is kind of scary. Have a happy Halloween, guys. Bye.